You're listening to Clemente's Corner podcast. This is a podcast all about me, Clemente. That's my name. I like to interview cool people, interesting people, people that I like talking to. And this is no different than before. One of my favorite people, he is a rapper out of the 806 area code. We were supposed to record an episode way back before I moved to Austin, but, time constraints, things happen. So we're doing it virtually, like I did last episode, and probably the next couple episodes because I've got some podcasts to make up for. So please enjoy. This was Nick Luna, aka Sam Bear. He's a very talented rapper. We went to high school together, so we've known about each other. We've known each other. We've known of each other for a while. He's an awesome dude. He's been on the podcast before. We got something on my microphone. Ignore that. It doesn't come off. Okay. Anyway, he's been on the podcast before. He's really fun to talk to. He's lyrical. He's a great freestyler. He's got some music to check out on SoundCloud. I'll link it in the description. Link below. So check that out. And also, hey, you can always support the podcast if you'd like. As you can tell, I don't have a studio. I'm not moving, but I'm trying to build a space, get a space together. So support is necessary because I'm a little broke here in Austin, Texas. I tell you what. So I just need like a cool background, maybe some cameras, and we can make the podcast pop, make it sizzle. Thank you for subscribing. If you're not subscribed, do they subscribe on shit? I don't know. Subscribe to YouTube. Follow me on Spotify, Apple Music, whatever platform you're listening to this on. Give me a 5-star review. Tell your friends. Tell everybody. Anyway, enjoy the podcast. I had on Nick Luna, a.k.a. Sam Bear. Great rapper, good friend, great guy. Please enjoy.
Clemente's Corner, Clemente's Corner. Good night, bye-bye, good morning, fuck off.
Boo. This meeting is being recorded here via Zoom with Nick Luna, a.k.a. Sam Bear. Can I use your government? I don't know.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all right, I guess.
That's what's up. So this is a makeup podcast because I tried to do like 20 podcasts before I moved, and
I was wondering, man. Yeah, I was like, this guy's probably got his schedule fuller than a motherfucker.
Yeah, I was trying to cram them all in at the last minute, and it didn't work. So I'm just gonna do like 5 more Zoom calls before I bring in try to get on some Austin comics.
Right.
Yeah. Also, there's a lot of podcasts here that comedians do, and they all look like super fancy, and they have cool backgrounds and stuff. So I got to invest in a camera. And,
gotta get a green screen and shit, man.
Yeah, I gotta do something. I gotta make it look good and fancy.
Yeah, man. Just take really like subtle, really like kind of sultry pictures, man, and just put that as your background. So just like every time they're watching your pods, they just get to see your beautifulness in the background, man. Or you could just be on the camera butt naked. It could probably have the same effect.
But, say butt naked?
Yeah, butt naked.
Like that idea. Yeah.
That's the best background you can get.
That's what's up. Is that where you record right there?
It is, man. It's like a little section in my living room, kind of like by this counter that I have. And baby mama left her table. So I was like, well, instead of it just taking up space, let me try and figure something out so that way it works for my recording equipment and stuff like that.
That's what's up. Do you have to put a bunch of soundproof stuff everywhere? Or does it just sound good?
No, like it actually sounds pretty good. It's like a pretty open living room concept, but it's got pretty good acoustics. So for the most part, and then I'm a broke bitch. I haven't gotten a pop-up filter yet. So this little genius thing is a beer koozie that I've folded in half.
Works. That's what's up.
It works. It does the same thing, man. So
I'm a broke bitch too. I feel your pain.
Yeah.
I was broke before I moved, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'll move anyway."
Yeah, it can't go any worse than that. How is the scene over there, man? Have you jumped on anything yet? I'm sure you've been to quite a bit of shows to like watch and stuff, but
yeah, I've been hitting close to like 10 mics a week. I got my first invite onto a show for October 21st where I get to do like 10 minutes. So that's like my first like official booked show where I get
Right.
paid. Um,
There you
but
go, man.
yeah, and
Congrats.
I've also there's several venues where you can go and watch shows for free. So that's pretty cool. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, and I got on the show called Kill Tony. I don't know if you've heard of it.
No, what is that?
It's a live podcast. So professional comedians will all sit at a table and they'll pull names out of a bucket, and they'll call you up there and you have a minute to do stand up, and then after that minute they interview you and roast you. It's a lot of fun.
Oh shit, that sounds really fucking great. I would love to see
Cool.
something like that.
Yeah, it's like a YouTube show
I have
and
to look it
on
up.
like Spotify and everything. It's cool. It's a
Yeah.
good time.
I see you got some football going on in the background there.
Somewhat football. Oh, you can see it. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, the mirror.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was leaving it on for the ambiance.
I feel that. We started a fantasy league like 3, 4 weeks ago or whatever. I've never done fantasy. So I was like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. But we all threw in money on it. So whoever
Oh
wins at
shit.
the end of the season gets like $140 because there's like 8 of us. So
It's
it's like
hard to win,
$20 per
man.
person.
You gotta pay attention every week. You gotta find out who the sleepers are.
Yeah.
Because like I've done it before where I just pick my people and I just don't look at it. And then I'm
That's how
like
my little brother is.
and
Yeah.
then I'm
He's
like
got
1
so many
in
points.
15.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel that. My little brother's the same way. He's got hella good people, but he doesn't ever watch. So he just leaves like the best players on the bench. I'm like, dude, you could have
Yeah.
picked up an extra like 70 points right there, man.
It's a job. You gotta watch every week and then
Yeah.
pick up free agents and a bunch of shit. I'm not that into it. I don't ever pay. So
Yeah.
I'll play
It's
if y'all make me pay.
yeah, it is a little much. I don't do anything else other than like work or come home and record. So I have kind of like a little bit of the free time to like invest into it.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
already up 2-0 in the league. Everybody's like 1-1. My little
Oh, that's
brother's
what's up.
0-2, so I'm 2-0. Yeah. Hopefully this week I can pull away another dub. That'd be great.
That's cool. I made a mistake where I drafted like two or three Chiefs players and like two or three Eagles players. So if those teams don't do well, then I'm screwed.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have
My
believed in the Eagles.
yeah. My fucking dad, like pretty much most of his players are Broncos players. And like Denver's doing really good. I've been a huge Denver fan since I was like 6. But Denver's doing really good this year, so he's kind of lucked out on that. But I don't know. I'm like, dude, if they bust, that's it. Like your whole fucking fantasy's going downhill, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Fantasy's a bitch. But anyway, let's talk
It is.
about your latest single, Summer Swing. Just listen to it
Hey,
again.
appreciate that, man.
A real
Thank you.
smooth track. I
I
dig it.
appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I was in like a most of my music, I feel like, and maybe it's not necessarily a bad thing, but I feel like in some cases everybody's got their own style, right? But I feel like my music is so one note sometimes. Not that it's not good, but I
Mhm.
feel like it can be one note. So I went out of my comfort zone and I was like, well, why not write a song about this fictional girl, whatever. She's popping, she's bad, obviously. And I don't know, just go different with it because it's usually the case that I'm writing or rapping about like heartbreak or whatever.
Mhm.
So it was nice to kind of get out of my normal comfort zone and get into a because like it just depends on the beat or how I'm feeling, but I don't ever really normally write very even cocky sounding songs. So this is kind of fun to kind of put on that like braggadocious, like fake bravado, you know what I mean? So that was
Yeah,
pretty
for
cool.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's real cool. And that's just like a loose single I saw in the description. But you did say you're working on a project, right?
We do. We are. My younger brother, Anthony, he goes by Antoine, and then homie Tanner, he goes by Two Blunts. You know, I think you know Tanner. We Labor Day weekend, we decided to all come in and we bunked at my house for like 4 days straight. Didn't do anything else other than that, and just drank and just fucking got after it. And so we've got, I think it's like a 5-piece little, maybe a 6-piece tape, and we were gonna drop it on SoundCloud, but we decided to kind of go the Sadzilla, like Chris Carrillo like lane, and like as fun as it is to drop that stuff, because at the end of the day, no matter what, I make music for myself and I make it for the fun of making the music,
Yeah.
but it would be nice to take the risk and invest in ourselves, not because we think we're the shit, but we know that we, in our own, each of our own ways, we're talented enough that it could potentially pay off. So why not invest into that craft and not just necessarily with the equipment, but like how we're promoting it, how we're designing it, who we're getting to mix and master. Because Tanner has a homie in Oklahoma who built his own studio in his house. It's
That's
probably about the size of my living room and shit. And he recorded a song over there, and the quality sounds really good. And James is the guy's name, and he's pretty badass at mixing and mastering. And it's not just like hip hop. He does a whole bunch of like country music for people in Oklahoma. He does a bunch of like metal and like heavy rock and stuff like that. So he's kind of got his ear tuned to more than just like boom boom
Mhm.
bap boom boom bap. So it's pretty cool, man. It's nice to get to experience that because like for so long it's just been a bunch of hip hop heads being like, oh, that's a tight beat, oh, that's a nice bar. So it's nice to know how to get feedback on the actual construction of a song because I think in the past year since I bought the equipment, so probably the beginning of the year when what is it called, income tax came in, I started to get more than just like writing songs. Anybody can write 16 bars where each word fucking cat, hat, sat. You know what I'm saying? Like anybody can write bars, but it's hard to construct a song, man. And some people are naturally gifted at it. So like I'm sure not everybody feels the same way. But I think any artist can agree on that sometimes it's very difficult, especially if you're not well versed. And I don't know how to read sheet music. I don't know how to do any of that stuff. So it's a bit of a challenge, but it's fun because I'm learning something that could potentially get me somewhere else. Like even if the music doesn't pay off, when we all get together and make music, I'm kind of like spearheading it, not in the fact that I'm the leader, but like I know the best that I can bring out of my little brother and I know the best I can bring out of Tanner. So it's like I really like producing them in the moment. Sometimes I don't even really like to hop on the songs. I'm like, no, y'all go at it and I'll just hope you fucking guide from the beginning to the end.
Oh, that's what's up. So what are you doing as far as like guiding?
Um, they will go over, like they'll write a 16 piece or they'll write however whatever the full song, whatever they're gonna lay down at that moment. And I
Mhm.
just typically kind of go in and like we'll get rid of a lot of like it's almost like proofreading. I'll get rid of the ands and the
Mm.
so he said and the just and all that extra shit that's not, you think it sounds good when you write it, but when you go to freestyle it or when you go to spit it,
Yeah,
those words, like you may not think it, those words throw it off and it makes the flow kind of harder to transition as smoothly as it should.
yeah, yeah,
So I'll usually go in there and proofread everything. And then after we proofread everything and they go to spit it, I'm like, okay, this is how you need to spit it. This is how I would go into it sounding. And, you know, like they keep their own style. So it's not like I'm just in there bossing them around like I'm
yeah, yeah,
some
yeah.
Paul McCartney shit. But I'm like, I know that if you come at it like this or if you try to hit it this way, it's going to sound really fucking good. So that's usually more along the lines of what I'll do.
Yeah, that's dope. I love when like rappers would like produce things and or pronounce things incorrectly to where
Yeah,
it like fits, and it's great. It's a cool little poetic thing.
it is
Like,
really cool.
stuff.
Yeah.
Um, but so as far as like the beats go, are you helping produce those, or are you
Uh,
like meeting
Tanner
with?
came back. Yo, my bad. Tanner came back from Oklahoma with this little MIDI when we did the Labor Day tape. It doesn't have a drum
Mm,
pads on it, but it's just like, you know, a little kind of like a synth almost. It's just got the keynotes on it. And I've been practicing on that before. I've made probably about 4 or 5 beats on like these little shitty like iPhone apps or whatever. And they turn out pretty good. There's two of them that I'm going to use for my like solo project when I get to dropping it and everything like that. But I'm like, if I can make these beats that sound at least like decent quality on my phone, like if I just get the equipment to do it myself, like there's no telling what they can sound like. So we all practice and we all have had our turns making our own beats, but nobody's necessarily made anything that is like, okay, this is what we'll use and we'll put it on a project, or we'll use this beat and use it as a single. So there's still, excuse me, there's still a lot of stuff that we need to learn as far as the construction of them. But you know, just from like a hip hop ear, you kind of know like, oh, okay, that's gonna sound good or not. We'll try and switch something else up.
okay, gotcha. So like the last single, was that made by like a?
That was Nah, it was a producer. Her name's Nat. Well, his
Oh,
name is Nat.
nice.
I don't know. We've emailed before, but I don't know if it's a boy or girl. But
Could
they're
be
pretty good.
could be a them
Yeah,
they
it could
situation.
be then they. Could be. Respect to pronouns. So
Oh, that's awesome. That's cool. And then we talked a lot last time about I think you were working in construction. Do you still do that?
yeah.
You still dealing with racism and tar?
I still deal with that because I still work there, but I got a raise, so it's like kind of at this point, like I'm about to be 26 on Wednesday. Like
Oh,
I gotta just learn to pick and choose. Oh, thank you. I gotta learn to just pick and choose my battles, you know. And you're always gonna have stupid people. No matter where you go, there's gonna be guys like me in every fucking state. There's gonna be guys like the assholes that I work with in every state. So it's kind of just like choosing what I want to surround myself with or what I'm like allowing to get to me. You know what I mean? Like as I get older, it's still like shitty for people to act like that, but not every thing needs a reaction. And it's not even just necessarily with racism. I'm like learning that everything in my life, like I gotta just learn to just breathe, man. It's not worth losing that 5 minutes that I could have just been like, ah, whatever, and laughing about it. And instead, now I'm over here stewing in it like, nah, motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. I do that with social media. So I'm just like, stop talking to people.
Yeah. Yeah. I literally got rid of my Facebook. I only got on because Tanner dropped a song and I was going to share it for him. But I've probably been on a break for about a week and a half, almost 2 weeks. Not a long time, but that shit just weird, man. It's like a drug, dude. You hear people say it and it's almost sounds like a cliche, but social media just rewires the way motherfuckers think, man.
Yeah, for sure. And I
Like you
really,
think,
oh, sorry, go
go
ahead.
ahead. No, no, you go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say, I don't really post anymore on any social media. I just like check it for like a few minutes a day. And I'll like share something or comment something if like I think it's gonna be like funny or entertaining. But like
Yeah.
when people try to get serious about shit, I either like start roasting them. I stop taking it serious immediately because I'm like I'm not gonna have a discussion with you over some basic shit over some
Yeah.
complicated shit. Either way, I'm not gonna have a fucking full on discussion on Facebook.
Yeah. Over. Yeah. That's what I was about to say on Facebook. Like if it's that if it's worth it that much to you, whatever you're trying to convey to me, then like hit my line and we can discuss it there. But I'm not gonna for the performance of being on Facebook and being like, oh well, you're wrong, and this is why you're wrong because you don't agree with the majority, or you not see how that can make other people feel, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
It's just
Also,
like a bunch of like warriors on Facebook and shit.
yeah, and I don't give a fuck about most things.
Yeah, I'm same, man. Same. I'm like, I don't give a shit. Like, you're wasting your breath. Like, as ignorant as it may sound, like, you're wasting your breath. You're barking up the wrong tree, buddy. Sorry. Like, I mean, I'll respect you as a human being because, like, whatever, but I don't give a shit about all that other stuff, man.
Yeah, there's too much stuff to care about. I think that's the biggest issue with social media. Is like we know everything that goes wrong,
Yeah.
and that's
In
not
the second
necessary.
that it goes wrong. Yeah, the second that it
Yeah,
goes wrong, too, man.
like we know about every mass shooting, we know about every earthquake. It's too much, too
You
much.
know about the president, like, fucking shitting his pants or some shit like that. Like, it's
Yeah,
ridiculous, man.
falling up the stairs twice. Good
Old
dude.
Sleepy Joe, man. Come on.
that's
Goddamn, dude.
that's so crazy. It's so crazy. He's still president. I don't know.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't mean to sound insensitive. I thought he was. I thought he'd be dead already. Like it's almost
We all
2022.
did.
I thought he was in it. Yeah, I thought he was gonna be Dunions, bro. Who do you
Yeah,
think like
his brain
gets him
is.
up in the morning? Yeah,
What wakes him up in the morning?
yeah. Like, does you think his wife is just like, "Come on, Joe, you gotta do it again"?
I think they probably like inject him with some high quality shit every morning. So
Do you
he'll
think it's like steroids, or do you think it's like pain shit that he just like? You think he's just doped up all day? He's just like,
he's, he's definitely doped up all day. They give him a shitload of energy, I'm guessing. You know,
just let him fucking rail lines off of the goddamn his secretary's ass.
and they're just like, read these lines, don't answer any questions.
Yeah, it's not even coke. They're giving him like B12 fucking vitamins, like fucking horse medicine and shit like that.
Probably, dude, he's so old. It's so bad. Like it's just picturing him like trying to go to war. It's just no.
No, no. The
like
stress would be too much for him, man. I don't think he could do it.
like Trump was a crazy bastard, but that was also like a good thing when it came to like foreign countries. because they're like,
Oh yeah, he was no hesitation.
I
Yeah, he
think
was
this
like,
guy's
"Come
fucking
on."
serious.
Yeah, he's like, "I'm begging you, please, motherfucker, do it, please."
Now it's like Joe Biden. No one's gonna be like, oh, I think he might shoot us. Joe Biden's not gonna do anything.
Yeah, they're like, "Oh, if we give Joe Biden a coloring book and some markers, I think he'll be all right." The war is over. There you go, man.
Wild
Mm.
stuff.
Yeah, man. So, Austin, all the places, you probably could have thrived. I think that you are not even because we've known each other for so long. I think you're a genuinely like good comedian. I think your timing
Yeah.
is really good. I think that the premise of most of your jokes are really fucking good because they come from like an authentic place. Um, Austin, out of all the places, what made you decide to want to plant your flag in Austin?
Well, thank you for the compliment. I stole all those jokes. Um, I wanted to go to one of the best places to do stand up, but I didn't want to go to New York or LA. I wanted to stay in Texas. So
Yeah.
originally my plan was to go to Dallas, but then I was like looking online and it was like top places to do comedy. And I saw Denver and I was like, Denver would be badass. And then I saw Austin. And I was like, okay, fuck it. I'll go to Austin instead. And I had made that decision in 2019, but I didn't
Hmm.
have any money or anything. So I was
Right.
gonna move February of 2020, but my girlfriend was like, "No, we're broke. We have to save money." And I was like, "Fine, whatever." I was gonna live in a box or under a bridge, but
Yeah. Hey, man.
she talked me into waiting, and then the whole pandemic popped off, so we waited a little bit longer, and then yeah, our lease was up in August, so we decided to move August. Um, and it's awesome. It's a great decision. I mean, I miss the homies, of course. I miss
Right.
the people in Amarillo, but like, dude,
Do you
if
really
you're
miss the people in Amarillo,
a little bit, if you're ever, I miss
though?
like the good homies. I don't miss most
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Um, I don't miss the city at all. Like,
Yeah.
if you've ever thought about leaving Amarillo and you haven't lived outside of Amarillo, you absolutely should.
Yeah.
I think it's one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life.
Man, the only place that I've been besides living here in Amarillo, I moved to fucking Turkey, Texas when me and baby mama were like pregnant with Lily. And Turkey is nothing, dude. It's literally nothing. It's nothing. It's got one street and it all slopes.
That's outside of Lubbock, right?
Kinda. You go like towards Tulia, and instead of going straight like on I-27 or whatever, you break left where that
Mm,
Sonic is, and you just hit that way for like an hour and a half, and you'll eventually
yeah,
run into it.
yeah, but it's crazy because like I did comedy for 4 years in Amarillo, and that was like getting on stage like 3 times a week on a good week. But now
Yeah.
like I can get on stage 10 times a week, and it's just like it's a whole other level of like comedy because there's
Oh, and
a ton of
yeah,
people out here.
the feedback is probably so good too, though. Like you probably get like more engaged audiences, and
Oh,
I
for
would
sure.
definitely see that. So
Like there's like real crowds here, and
yeah,
in Amarillo, like most of the time you were pissing people off if you were on stage turning off
yeah,
karaoke to tell jokes.
yeah.
So
That's exactly what it is, man. Motherfuckers are like, "Hey, hurry up with the jokes! I'm trying to sing fucking Weezer, dude."
yeah, and everyone's like, "Why are you doing comedy? Nobody does comedy here. You should leave. You should move." And I was like, "All right, cool. I'll do that." Because
That's stupid.
there was a point in time where I was like, I want to make Amarillo like a big deal. Like I want to make Amarillo comedy like a thing. I want it to exist. But you got to put in work. You got to probably decade of work. You got to do a bunch of shit. You've got to like change the environment, the culture, the people,
I
and
was
that's
about to say, I feel like it's a mindset thing. Like you gotta almost like kind of get the entire community to just switch how they're thinking because nobody is gonna go into a fucking, especially here in Amarillo, nobody's gonna go into a stand-up night or an open mic night and then just be like, I'm really just gonna open myself to these jokes. No, it's like you say one thing and then everybody immediately shuts down, and then it's like, oh, you offended me, and it's crazy. Like people are always talking about comedy's dead, and I don't think it necessarily is. But at the same time, I don't think that like I forgot who said this, but I feel like I agree with it in that if you're a good comedian and you know how to work it, I don't think cancel culture should be something that you should be afraid of necessarily. Like, yeah, you don't get to tell offensive jokes like, oh, my fucking wetback ass friend,
Uh,
whatever, but like there's still other ways that you can get them. You know what I'm saying? Like I was showing my homie, he had like two burritos in his each hand or some shit like that. You know, like you could find a way to get it across without having to worry about, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
upsetting the fucking majority.
No,
And that shit's crazy.
cancel culture, ironically, is great for comedy. You know,
Yeah.
because our job is to say things you're not supposed to say. So
Yeah.
like that works out great. So like comedy's more alive than ever. I think
Yeah, I agree.
it's blowing the fuck up in Austin, Texas. So I think this is the new hub, at least for now. As long as LA and New York City are still on their bullshit. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah,
There's
we're
like
good.
more politics over there than it is here. And I just got into like Two Bears, One Cave or whatever, listening to Tom Segura and Bert Kreischer.
I
So
love both those guys.
fucking hilarious, man. And then I was just catching up, just like hitting it hard, just binging all of their episodes. And I remember them talking about moving to Austin. I was like, oh shit, fucking Matt's gonna move to Austin. And that'll be good for you because I feel like it's still early enough that you can establish yourself and be known as like a local comedian and get not necessarily favor, but I mean like it's a local thing. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like they would support the locals more than they would some dude moving who was doing well in New York moving to Texas. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. But also, there's so many comics here that it's like
That's true.
nobody's local. Everybody moved from somewhere. There's probably like
Yeah.
3 or 4 people who are from Austin who are doing stand up. Everyone else is like, I'm from New York, I'm from Chicago, I'm from Minnesota, I'm from South Carolina. Everybody's
Yeah.
from somewhere else. It's crazy. It's a crazy time,
Yeah. I
but
feel that.
it's exciting to be in the middle of it for sure. Like this is definitely what I wanted. I also feel like it's a lot easier to grow here. Um, comedically, it's a lot easier to write. Um, it's a lot easier to be like ambitious because I was looking
Yeah,
forward.
there's so much energy.
Yeah, I was looking forward to doing like one mic a week in Amarillo, but now that I'm doing them every day, I'm writing every day, and I'm like I have new ideas every day. So it's awesome. It's definitely I'm definitely gonna move faster than I would have. Like if I would have stayed in Amarillo for 10 years, I'd be pretty average. If I here 10 years, it's a whole nother story.
Yeah, because you're constantly just having to like not revamp yourself, but constantly like, and not that it's a bad thing, because that's what we talk about within like Dub K or whatever, like Anthony, Tanner, and me, and like whoever else decides, like of our homies that decides to come and rap with us that day. Like it's not necessarily the a jealousy thing, and it's not necessarily trying to be better than your homie or who those who are surrounding you, but it's that competition that ignites the fire in you. Like, damn, he went hard. That inspired me to go harder. Or that inspired me to write more prolific. Or that inspired me to make these beats fucking banging to where these dudes don't even really know how to hit it because the beat's hitting so fucking hard. You know, it's like, especially in a crew setting like that, like it's cool because it's just constant fire being bounced back and forth between everybody. So I see like what you do in 3 years' time in Austin would have taken you 15 years here in Amarillo because it's not the inspiration you're looking for. It's just like you trial and erring, trial and erring. Not that you can't learn from that, but it's more trial and error than it is like learning from. Does that make sense? Am I making sense?
Sure. And then like if I write a new joke in Amarillo, I go and do it. Then I gotta wait another week to try it again. And I'm like, well, it's gonna be the exact same audience, so I don't want to do it again.
Yeah, is it going to hit any different this next week than it did last week? Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah. And then here I write a new joke, I can run it 6 times before Friday. So
Yeah, yeah, that's
it's
cool.
nuts.
It's badass, man.
Yeah.
How is Austin? I've never been to Austin, dude. Is it crazy? Is it wild over there?
It's dope. There's a ton of people here. Everything is like 15 minutes away, so
Nice.
that it's good in that aspect. But also, like, if you just want to go, like, get a drink or something, everything's 15. So nothing's like close. Like everything takes 15 minutes to get to. Like
Yeah.
you want to go get a cheeseburger down the block, it's 15 minutes. Like when you go shopping, you go to the grocery store, it feels like it takes forever. Like you go out and do one thing, come home, that bitch took an hour and a half. Uh,
You're fucking wiped out. You're like, shit, man. I'm fucking
yeah.
tired of getting groceries.
There's food trucks everywhere. There's food here is amazing. Like some of the best food I've ever had.
Is it a
Uh,
bunch of barbecue and a bunch of like Mexican food, or is it everything?
it's yeah, literally everything. Like I just had Middle Eastern food
Oh
a
shit.
night
Hell
ago.
yeah.
There's Ethiopian food. There's food from everywhere. Like there's so much culture here. Like people from every walk of life. Uh, yeah, and there's a ton of Mexican food, ton of barbecue. Also, I really haven't had much Mexican food since being here. I've just
Right.
been going to like random little places.
Different
Uh,
things. Yeah.
but yeah, the food trucks are expensive. Like everything in a food truck is at least like $15.
Jesus
Uh,
Christ.
but yeah, everything else, as far as Austin, if you like outdoor stuff, this is the fucking place, dude. I've been going to a creek. It's like 10 minutes from my house. Um, we've been going like every weekend, and you can just go swim for free. People paddleboard. There's rivers, there's trails. You can go watch bats fly under a bridge. Uh, there's a lake. There's like multiple lakes. Really,
Fucking Batman.
yeah, like everything is within driving distance. And I've been saying this, but it could wear off just because I'm in a new place. But I feel like I will move to a spot where people go to vacation, and that's awesome. Where I'm like
Yeah. Like
living on vacation.
Cancun or like Mexico or some shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah, because like in Amarillo, you have to drive a couple hours to get like go to like a good lake,
Yeah.
and there's a lake really close to my house, so it's nuts.
That's awesome, man. Yeah. Speaking on you saying how culturally like diverse it is over there, that probably definitely helps your inspiration, and it definitely helps your whole creative process because you get to see all sorts of different like walks of life. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's not like who you're gonna see tomorrow is gonna be like black and white of who you'd see like today or whatever. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
I think that's really cool, and that would be really good for my like anybody for a creative process, man. It would be. I'm really stoked because next weekend we are going for Omar's bachelor party. Him, his little brother, and Hayden Guggenheim and I are gonna go to Colorado, and so
Guggenheim.
we're
I
gonna
haven't seen him in forever.
fucking guy's great, man. He's like he stays out in Austin too. He has his own construction company and stuff.
Really, I need to hit
Yep.
him up.
Yeah, he's doing really good for himself. But we're gonna go next weekend, and I'm super excited about that because it'll be cool to get in a different like headspace, man. Like since that Labor Day tape, we all went off, but my little brother is a fucking sleeper on that damn tape, bro. The dude just came in with like fire, dude. He wrote with fire, he spit with fire. Everything was just so fucking great. Him and Tanner both. Tanner's out of his comfort zone because he's like trying to sing more and stuff like that, and the dude can really, really carry a tune. So I was like almost blown back because it's not to sound pretentious, but I've always kind of been not necessarily the better one, but like, I mean, that's all I do is freestyle and all I do is write. So I had
Yeah,
a little bit better grip on it. But these guys just in the past year have just completely stepped it up, man. I'm like, damn. So I got to go back and get right with myself so I can come back and make sure that we're all on the same level of like dopeness, I guess, for lack of a phrase. I don't know, man. Like when I was younger, when we first started doing the whole fucking Dub K thing, we were like juniors in high school. And the biggest inspiration I had was Wu Tang. Like I've had a bunch of music growing up, had a bunch of hip hop, was super huge into fucking Biggie. That's like the main guy who got me to like start freestyling. Like
yeah,
that fool can just fucking flow and flow and flow. It's not necessarily the most lyrics, like it's not the most great lyrics, and it's not necessarily like the most thought provoking stuff like Tupac,
hmm,
but it's just that dude can fucking flow his ass off. And I was always just surprised, not surprised, but I was very impressed by that. And I'm like, damn, I want to
absolutely.
be able to like just step up to the mic, rock it for a couple minutes or whatever, and then people be like, damn, I have like guy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
bro, I
and
I love
then
Biggie's lyricism. Sorry, go ahead.
oh no, you're good, dude, you're good. Um, so Biggie got me into it, and then Wu Tang kind of got me to like a group aspect because it's like you don't have to do it on your own. You know, they did it with fucking 8 guys. Nobody thought it was going to be able to work out. And look how fucking far Wu Tang is. Not even Wu Tang in general, them solely, like their solo projects, like fucking only built for Cuban Links. Like Ghostface Killer came off, fucking Raekwon's debut fucking album. Like
Yeah,
motherfuckers went hard. And so that was always something that inspired me. And I tried so hard all of junior year to get that to be where we were headed. But we were kids, you know, everybody was into their own thing, and I was the only one who took it as serious as I did. So then coming out of senior year after we graduated, then once me and Tori got pregnant with Lily, that's the only thing I had because like I would go and see the homies of every now and again, but if we weren't living in Turkey, we were doing our own thing, or I was trying to work, whatever, to get us started. And that's when I really like learned before, I mean, I used it kind of like as a diary thing, but that's when I really learned like I can make dope sounding stuff, but it can also be very like not like people can feel it and they'll be like, holy shit, like this dude's literally saying everything that I'm fucking sitting in here getting drunk thinking about, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah, it was really cool. So, and now I'm at the point where it's like I've got the flow down and I've got how to really make people feel down. I just got to learn how to actually construct a song well enough that it's not just like me going off for an hour and a half, like, da, 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 you know what I'm saying? Like, like that shit's cool, but who really wants to hear some dude for an hour straight just like yelling into the microphone? You know what I mean?
Somebody does.
That's true. Yeah, I guess that's true.
There's a niche for everything. I promise.
Yeah.
So what's Dub K stand for?
So Hayden's little brother, Mason Guggenheim, we were at his crib. We were like ditched school or something. I don't know. We were smoking at his fucking house. We were all just bait. And for a while, we were trying to come up with like a group name for us. And at the time, Kratom started getting like big or whatever. Like people started buying Kratom from like Green Gorilla and shit like that. And I didn't know what the fuck it was. I just know him going off being like, "Yeah, you take enough of this stuff." Blah blah blah. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna fucking take some Green Gorilla pill, but that's cool. And we were just fucked up. And he said Kratom Crew, but I thought he said Kraydon Crew. And I was like, what the fuck does Kraydon mean? And this motherfucker for literally from like from junior year up until like I don't even know, maybe like 4 years ago, I thought it was Kraydon. And he's like, no, I was saying Kratom. And he made up a definition for Kraydon. He's like, oh, it means unique and it means like individuality. And I was like, oh, that's a badass name for a
That
group.
is
Like
badass.
fucking Kraydon Crew, hell yeah. And then it turns out that
Star
it was
Trek
just
shit.
yeah, and then it turns out it's just a bunch of bullshit. He fucking made up that word. So I was like, damn, all right.
Grab
But
the Kraydon crystals.
yeah. So I fucking just shortened it to Dub K because it just sounded better than going around shouting Kraydon Crew. So
Kraydon crew. That's cool.
Kraydon Crew, yeah. It was Tanner, me, Mason, Jarrett, a homie named Michael, my little brother, Mason. I was just a lot of people. Everybody come in and out. It was like a Wu-Tang thing. It was very much it was cool because like at the time we were all going through shit. So it was more of like a family that we got to choose, and it was just like homies hanging out every day after school. You know what I mean? At least
Yeah,
for me it was. I'm sure it was for them in their own way, but for me that's what it was. I was like, it was my family, man. We're
that's
tight.
what's up. How old's your brother?
Twomboy's like 2.5 years younger than I am.
Really? I
Yeah,
feel
so it
like
wasn't
I
just
should
like
know him.
I think you may or may not, but
Does
so it
he
was cool. It was never like go ahead.
does he look like you?
Yeah,
Okay, because your family got
kind of.
some strong genes, so I would definitely recognize him.
Fucking strong ass genes, bro. Yeah, Kenneth and Claudia and I all look alike, man. We all look like our grandpa. Well, Ken's dad, my grandpa. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's cool, man. It's good. So it's nice to see now that we're a little bit older. Like, it's cool to see that we still hold on to that moniker, and it's really cool to see that we're actually doing something with the Dub K like name, like because it meant something to me, man. It meant a lot to me. So it's nice to see now that it's gaining traction. And I love that Tanner's going so hard. He's the one who approached the idea of being like, listen, we can still be sitting here with the thumb up our asses, like releasing singles all day on SoundCloud, hoping that somebody will listen to it and be like, damn, these guys are dope. Or we can just take the risk and invest our own money into it. It's going to be a little bit expensive, but if we just trust the process, like on some 76er shit, if we just
Mhm.
Joel Embiid this shit and trust the process and just go about it, I think that it could pay off, man. I really do. I mean, fucking Sadzilla is going so hard, man. And that dude is just so consistent. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
He's just consistent, man. And he's
You-
a great example to kind of like lead off of.
I think he's famous in Mexico, so
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
pretty sure he's famous in like Sweden and shit too, dude. That fool is like, he's big, man. Chris is very talented.
He's
And
huge.
Crazy's just as talented too, dude. That fool is fucking can draw, can fucking make music. Like they're great, man. It's talented people, and it's sad because like I wish when I was younger I would have came across all these people. Probably would have helped me out. But
Mhm.
it's like it's cool to see it now, just period. Because it's like coming from Emerald, I don't think much is not to be fucked up to the people here, but I don't think much of it. You know what I'm saying? So to see people like this exist in a place like this, including yourself, for as well as you're doing with your comedy, like it's really cool, man. People come from all aspects of life.
Yeah, there's some creative ass people in Amarillo for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
So, you mentioned like you transitioned, or I guess not transitioned, but you were previously just
Yes, I'm trans. Yes.
You're previously doing just freestyles, and now you're like finding out how to construct music. So, does your writing have to change when that happens? Like, do you have like a central theme going into it as opposed to just laying down bars?
Yeah, when I first started, it was very much what I'm feeling, and I would just write off of that.
Hmm.
And they were good because they had the emotion. But I'm too much of a perfectionist, man. Sometimes, like, it gets a little bit on my nerves because I'm like, dude, it's good, just leave it alone. But I just thought that I could do better. I'm like, I can convey the emotion and I can get people involved, but I just don't feel like it sounds as well as it could. So it definitely did change the way I wrote because I've always kind of been able to tell a story through writing, whether it's like something I feel or me just coming up with shit on the spot. But this is very well, like you said, it has to have a central theme. It's almost like sometimes I feel like I'm writing a paper because I'll go in and on my notes, I'll just jot down like the idea of what the song is going to be. And
Hmm.
then I'll go back in and then I'll write lyrics to that. And then I'll go back in and I'll cut the lyrics and fix them to where the story starts, the middle, and the end is all very coherent and it's all like very, you can make sense of it. It's not just like, well, he started the song talking about he's tired of being broke or whatever, and wants to make it. But the middle of the song's talking about how good he is about making music. And I guess they kind of tie into each other, but the end of the song is talking about how his heart's broken. So it doesn't make sense. Like, where are you going? You're like all over the place. So it's a little bit, I'm a pretty good writer. I could definitely be better. It's always better, whatever. But it's tricky because sometimes when I'm in that headspace of freestyling, it comes out like that. Like the writing comes out as a freestyle. So it's sometimes as well as I like it, or as I'm like, oh damn, that sounds cool. I have to also step back and be like, well, as cool as that sounds, like I said, is it cohesive? Like, does it
Yeah,
make
it has to apply
sense?
to something.
Yes, yeah. And like songs that aren't like that, they're usually the fuck around songs or just like songs I'm just having fun on. And that's cool to have, take a break from that stuff.
Uh-huh.
Um, but for the most part, now I make sure that it's got a point the whole way through. It's not just a bunch of bars. And it's cool because me and Tanner made this song. It's like a Playboy Cardi type beat. And
Mhm.
Playboy, it's like a love hate relationship with him because sometimes his music really fucking goes off. Like I
Yeah,
like it. And then other times I'm like, damn, this dude fucking sucks. But
I I 100% agree.
yeah.
Sometimes I'm like,
So
this ain't bad, and then other times I'm like, this is horrible.
yeah, so we made a song and it's pretty shitty, but it was fun because we were just rapping like Playboy. Made it literally, it's like a knockoff Playboy Cardi song. It was fun because I've never done anything like that, and it gets the juices going because you just shake off all this like, it's not, I can't think of a better word for it, but you shake off like the pretentiousness of coming into it with, oh, I'm gonna write a really great song and I'm gonna make
Mhm.
sure this shit's gonna move people. It's gonna be a fucking awesome song. And it shakes off all those nerves so you can really get into it and really be like, oh no, I'm just gonna make a song that somebody can vibe to. And at the end of the day, if nobody does, then I'll fucking play the motherfucker. I don't give a
Oh yeah,
shit. I'll listen to it in my car and play it.
that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Have you? Do you have any ad libs, or do you have any ideas for ad libs that you've tried?
I think my ad lib that I do the most is like, I do this like, I'll say yeah, I'll just scream yeah. I'll
Uh-huh.
just like do this weird breathing. Like I'm like serial slasher status, like breathing on the phone, just like it's fucking weird, man. Like
Nice.
it's weird. Yeah, it's funny. Like I'm getting hyped into it, like
Hmm.
like almost like panic attack status, and then boom, jump into it. And sometimes it can sound cool, sometimes it sounds really corny, but
That's
it is
what's
what it
up. I like signature ad libs are always a good time.
is. Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
usually. Um, do you have a particular like writing process? Like, do you set aside time to like sit down and write? Does it just come to you? Do you gotta?
It
Yeah,
just comes to me.
how's it work?
It just comes to me for the most part, and I'll write bits and pieces down, and then when I get home, when I'm like not at work and I have more time, I'll sit and I'll try to go and I'll finish it, or I'll write more and then come back to it. When I really, really feel a certain type of way, and I'm like, damn, I gotta get this, whatever I'm feeling, or I gotta get this song out, then I'll smoke because it breaks the nerves for me, and I'm like, all
Hmm.
right, I completely feel because of how high I am. I completely feel like what it was that I'm feeling, and it's
Hmm.
easier to dictate and it's easier to write down
That
than just being like, I'm mad, or I'm sad. Why am I sad?
Yeah, since I mentioned this earlier, but since moving to Austin, like I'm in that mindset the whole time. That mindset of like writing, having joke ideas, to where it was like just once a week I'd try to write, or like not once a week, but
Yeah, like you
very,
sit down and have like a
yeah.
scheduled time to bust your jokes out or something. Yeah.
But now it's just like all the time, and I think it's just like surrounding yourself with other people keep you in that mindset.
Yeah, you got to live life, man. I mean, you got to be able to live life to be able to dictate like what it is, you know, because sometimes you could be feeling something you don't even know. And then just people watching or just being around people, being at the park, whatever, you feel those vibes from other people just from walking or
Mhm.
overhearing a conversation or somebody walking their fucking dog, you know, like it's just energy that you feel. And you're like, damn, you know what? This is what I needed to finish that thought or to finish that bar or the verse or whatever the case may be.
Oh yeah,
Um, and that's the only thing that really sucks about being here. And like I said, that's what I'm excited about with going to Omar's bachelor party because it's going to be in a completely different world. I mean, Colorado is almost compared to where the fuck we are, man. Like, it's
yeah.
just not even because it's legal weed or whatever over there. Like, just a beautiful place, man.
Love Colorado.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place. So it'll be good. And we're going to go and get pictures done like that because we're starting to make Apple Music profiles and like Spotify music
Hey,
profiles or
that's
whatever.
what's up.
So you gotta, yeah. So you gotta have like professional pictures done. So
Hell yeah. Yeah, I really pretty much gave up on SoundCloud until I looked up your songs again.
yeah,
'Cause I had SoundCloud for a while and I have a bunch of songs on there that I forget about. Sometimes I'll go check them because you can find like all the good shit that's not allowed to be on Spotify. You can find it usually on SoundCloud. So I got like a bunch of like random like Kid Cudi songs that I
yeah,
like jam to every once in a while.
yeah. That's really the major thing. Like people joke about it or whatever, but sometimes people make better beats than you, and sometimes people know how to because like the beats the foundation. Sometimes people know how to make a better foundation than you, and it's like yeah I could sit here and learn how to make beats and make whatever beats, but not all the time are the beats I'm going to make fitting to what I'm wanting to write or
Mhm.
fitting to how I'm feeling. It's just like beats that thought I sounded cool. So I like personally I like going through YouTube and I like looking up beats, whether I'm going to buy like a small like a couple of rights to them where it's just the MP3 or the wave, or I'm thinking about buying like full out the song or the beat. I like it, man. I think people are very talented, and I think that if somebody is out there and they're putting their stuffs out there and you guys can come to a mutual agreement, like an understanding, like a relationship,
Mhm.
then why not use the best of what they've got and the best of what you've got to make the best of what you both can have. So I
Yeah.
like using YouTube beats and I like using the free ones. That's why we use SoundCloud. But like I said, Tanner's the one who came to us and was like, listen, dude, like, let's just make the jump to start being professional about this shit. You know, like what else do we have to lose? We're already, if it doesn't work out now, I'm already making decent money being a construction worker. Me and
Yeah.
Lily are getting by, not even just getting by now. Like we're doing fairly well for ourselves. So
Yeah.
music doesn't work out, I have something else to fall back onto. And
That's
if it
true.
does work out, then I've done what I wanted to do.
I
A
mean,
year ago, I wouldn't have thought I'd be here, and I'm here now. So
that's what's up, man. I was gonna say you can go in 15 years and then say give up, and you're 40. You're still young. You still got time. So
yeah,
fucking go at it.
yeah, no sense in the only like it's you hear people say it. I heard it my whole life, but like I'm the only person stopping myself. I'm the one putting myself in a box. So the the people is out there, the audience is out there. Like as much as I don't think that there would be, there's a group of people who would definitely love what I put out, or love what my brother puts out, or love what Tanner puts out. So why not find those people? Why not put ourselves in a position for them to come across us, and we can all just appreciate each other, man. Like it's
Yeah.
mutual respect thing, you know.
Do artists like blow up when like Spotify will put them on like random playlists? Does that work, or is that just like Spotify taking your money? I've always
No,
been
that
curious.
works.
Oh, okay, hell yeah.
No, there's this guy that Tanner knows that is gonna promote, and it's a little bit expensive. I think he says like $200 a song, but they know like people in Spotify, like people promote stuff like that. They have the relationships, so like they throw it in editors' playlists, and editors like who construct the music and are in charge of like putting music out there on Spotify. They have their specific playlists, like Rico's playlist or whatever. And this guy's a really huge editor for Spotify. And so people are like, damn, this guy's a huge culminator of music that we found that we like. I bet you he knows some other dope people. So let's just listen to his playlist. And you got a bunch of unknown, unsigned people on there that are doing the independent thing and that are banging hard enough that you're like, damn, that sounds fucking good. Who is this? That's how I felt about Baby Keem. And then Baby Keem got the fucking sign up from Kendrick. I didn't know that he was
Oh yeah.
Kendrick's little cousin. Yeah, I didn't know it was
Oh, he
Kendrick's little
is.
cousin. So yeah, I didn't know that.
Damn.
So yeah. So he got the co-sign from Kendrick, whatever. He's signed to Kendrick's Kendrick's label that he started in the PG Lang thing. And
That's dope.
yeah, I thought he was good before that. And I just found it. I don't even remember how I found out. But I started listening to it, and then he dropped the Melodic Blue this year, and I was like, damn, this is
Yeah,
him
that explains
and
it.
Isaiah.
Features.
Yeah, I think that a lot of the stuff on Melodic Blue, it's not to take away from Baby Keem, but I think that a lot of it sounds like throwaway Kendrick stuff.
Mm.
And I think that the flow kind of sometimes sounds like Kendrick, but it could just be like that's his older cousin, so just inspired. It's somebody that he watched to make the music. So
For sure.
that shit's cool, man. I think that Baby Keem's album and Isaiah Rashad's new album that he dropped, I definitely think that they're in the running for like album of the year.
Oh
Both
yeah,
of them.
I love Isaiah Rashad. I didn't really know Baby Keem until that Kendrick's like single, and then he had that track on Donda with Travis Scott. That was a dope track. He went in on that one where his voice got all high pitched.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
dope.
I mean, I tried to give Donda a chance, man. I don't know what it is about it. I couldn't get into it, dude. I couldn't do it. And then I tried to fucking give Drake's album a chance, and that shit, I fucking turned it off
Oh,
after like the second song.
Drake's album is hot garbage.
Fucking trash, bro. The only thing that keeps him relevant is because he breaks the numbers because fucking 14-year-old little girls are into his music.
Yeah, because he's a pedophile.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's like he compares himself to the Beatles, but the only thing that he has in common with the Beatles is that little girls like to fucking listen to his music, so he breaks records for it. That's who he's making the music for, is little girls. Like, he's like, oh, 14-year-old baby girl, I love you so much. You're like, wait, let me rewind. What did you say? And he's like, oh, yeah.
This isn't a diss to any other artist that might be doing the same thing, but I mean, he's like 35, but he still is making these sad boy songs that he was making when he was 20. It's like, how are you still in that same headspace? Like,
yeah, who are you fucking with that they still make you feel like a fucking 17-year-old kid in high school? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, it's just boring to me because nothing he says like feels genuine or real.
no, it's not. It's never a bar that he says that makes me go, oh shit. It's always just like, what the fuck, really? Like, that shit was fucking mad corny, dog. I think Drake stopped being good after he dropped Nothing Was the Same.
Same. That's what I tell everybody. Like, Take Care was his best. Nothing Was the Same was up there, same level.
Yeah,
And that if you're reading this, it's too late. That had some pretty
that's
good
primo.
stuff.
That's primo Drake. Nothing's gonna be better than. But it's only because he had ghostwriters on that whole fucking mixtape. So
Oh,
yeah.
well, damn.
Yeah.
But yeah, everything after that is he's just boring. But no, I do. I'm a big fan of Donda. I've played it a lot.
I like the
enjoy it.
spiritual side of it. I like he dug into his. I like the spirituality of it. It's a very spiritual album. I like the premise of it, and I like the idea of it. But it's just, I don't know. Sometimes I love Kanye, and I always love Kanye. But goddamn, sometimes I'm just like, dude, you gotta fucking take it down a notch, man. Like, go get some help, brother. Go get some help, please, man, please.
Yeah, that album doesn't feel done or cohesive, but there's some great tracks on there that I like a lot. I was gonna say, but yeah, there's still some unreleased songs that I wanted to hear that he hasn't dropped, like New Body. There's a song called Alien that had like Young Thug and Cudi on it. That was amazing.
Oh, Young Thug and Cudi. I'm not a big fan of Young Thug, but that would be a pretty good fucking collabo. Cudi and Young Thug would go hard.
Yeah, and then Cudi was supposed to be on that song Remote Control, but he got cut off of that one.
God, fucking Big Draco, bro. Fucking Soldier Boy was tripping, and I listened to that verse that got cut, and I'm like, dog, he did you a favor, son. What are you doing,
That
bro?
verse wasn't good at all.
Fucking hot garbage. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
I didn't even know Soldier Boy did features or made music at all anymore.
Yeah, doesn't he make fucking video games? He's the first rapper. He's
He
the
made,
first
like,
rapper to
video
get his. Yeah. Let me get a beer real quick. Hold on.
All right. What type of? Oh wait, never mind. You're leaving. Go ahead. I was gonna say, what type of Dos Equis are those?
Oh, dude, I don't know. I don't think if they're like. I don't think they're a seltzer, but it says Lager Special, and they've got a pineapple one, a strawberry one, a cucumber one, and a lime and sea salt one.
That's what's up.
Yeah, these pineapple ones go hard. I'll be right back. Hold on.
All right. While he's gone, I will do some ad reads. This is brought to you by Clemente's Dildos. Check out my website, clementesdildos.com. You will get 25% off of the dildos. We got yellow, we've got green, orange, double-sided. There's one that's shaped like a snake. It will bite you. It's an actual snake, but it's not venomous. So, check those out. Thank you for listening, as always.
I'm back, baby.
Hey, welcome back.
Sir. Yeah, they're Lager Specials. Like, I do this beer thing on the weekends. Let's talk beer at Walmart here in town, in United here in town. So I see all sorts of, it's usually just Coors, but I don't know. It just like, it's weird, but it makes me appreciate beer more. Like, I don't know if it's because I'm messing with beer every weekend, but I'm just like, it's not even just to get drunk. I'm like, damn, these beers taste really good.
Yeah, you trying new beers every weekend?
Yeah, trying,
yeah.
because like I see them like every time they drop a new beer, like they're promoting a new beer because I'm stocking Coors. I see it, and I've never.
Gotcha. Sorry, I missed that.
Oh no, you're good. You're good. But I've never seen these, and I grabbed them from Walmart, and I was like, "Fuck it, might as well." And they pretty good, man.
Oh yeah, lime and salt. That one I've tried. That one. That one's good.
Kind of gives like the Michelob feel, the lime and salt Michelob ones, or the what is it? The fucking cucumber and a prickly pear.
Oh yeah, I've been drinking these. What are they called? Lone Star has like a Mexican lager called like a Rio Jade.
That's good.
Those go hard. I drank them all last night though.
Lone Star's so fucking good, man.
Yeah, and it's a big deal in Austin. Like every bar has Lone Star here.
Hell yeah, I figured they would.
Yeah, it was my favorite before I moved here. So still doing it.
Yeah.
Great spot. I was doing this thing where I was like trying out craft beers every week, but there's so many craft beers that taste like shit. So I just gave up. Because at first I was like, how do people just drink like Bud Light all the time? But then now I'm in that mindset where I'm just like, I'm just going to drink what I like and stop trying to experiment with all this extra weird shit.
New tumbleweed and Tabasco flavored hops. Like some fucking weird shit, man. Although Tabasco flavored beer might be pretty good.
Some beer companies will go out of their way just to make some shit they know doesn't taste good, Like this is strawberry pumpkin ale.
You're gonna have that one fuck boy. He's gonna be like, "Oh, what? You haven't had the strawberry pumpkin ale? You're fucking out, man. You're fucking out." I would drink that shit over water, man. It's so good.
Like there's I think it's Community that does a bunch of weird shit. They have a beer, a funnel cake beer. Uncle was like super into it. I was like, I don't even want to eat that shit. Why would I drink it?
Fuck yeah, man. Oh shit. Do they have a fair or anything like that going down in Austin? Because like, the Tri-State Fair, whatever's here in Amarillo.
That's a good ass question. There's probably a fair somewhere over here. I have no idea. That would
be cool.
There was a Moon Tower comedy festival going on this weekend, and they like shut down 6th Street. It was pretty dope. I didn't get to go to like any events, but it looked cool. And then ACL I think is this next weekend, so a week from today.
It is, yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So that shit's gonna be popping.
Yeah, and you're like right there in the hub of it all too, dude. That's great, man. That's really good, man. I'm glad that you spread your wings. I'm glad that things are working out for you, dude. Like I said, we've known each other since the end of high school. I always thought you're a really cool guy, and then I knew you started doing comedy, and I'm like, yeah, that makes sense because you're always pretty funny growing up and shit. So, kudos to you, man. I'm really glad that things are working out for you, dude, and they're just gonna keep going up for you, man. Things are keep going up for you, man.
Appreciate it. Same to you. I always knew you were, dropping hot fire back in high school. So.
Thank you. Yeah, it's weird, like going from everybody kind of just knowing me as like a freestyler to like whatever I'm trying to do now. Because you wouldn't think, but a couple of times being just like the freestyle guy got me on stage like 3 or 4 times already at shows when we were doing them here. So it goes a long ways, man. And then one time Tanner came into town and we went to Tease, and there were a bunch of these people doing like a poetry and prose sort of like slam poetry type thing. It was pretty badass, man. And I just went up there and I didn't have anything prepared, so I just like did a song as like a slam piece, and people fucked with it. It was really cool. And then we tried to do slam pieces like off the top of the head, like freestyle slam pieces,
Mhm.
and that went cool. But then I got too drunk and I kind of started getting too like, I guess, like revealing about stuff, and so people are like, "Hey, I don't know if I heard it right. I think I was just fucked up, but I'm pretty sure somebody's like, "Hey, yo, pull that motherfucker off the stage." So I don't know if I was getting like too sad or what, but they're like,
That's funny.
"Get the fuck out of here."
Bunch of haters, man. Let me
Nah,
cry
they were
on stage.
cool. They were, yeah. Let me fucking set my wrist on stage, bro. Come on, man. Let me stop fucking playing around. Man.
That's what's up. So when it comes to like freestyling, was that something that you practiced, like where you were at home just like thinking of things, or did it kind of just come naturally?
Um, it started writing the songs first
Hmm.
and learning how to write to the beat. Cause like my sophomore year of high school, uh, Sidro Hernandez and fucking Tyler Atkins had a group or whatever, and I don't even know how I got a part of it. I don't even fucking remember how that relationship happened. I think it was just I was partying and they were cool, so I was like, oh okay. Then we started chilling. I made a couple of songs with them, and wait, can you hear that humming?
No.
Okay, cool. I mean, it's just on my end. Uh, but yeah. So I started making music with them, and I was like, well, fuck, like, why write when I can just freestyle this shit or whatever? And then Odd Future definitely helped out a lot with that because I'm like, these fucking guys do it. Like, surely I can do it freestyling. And
Hmm.
then it became cool because I was like, well, if I can freestyle, like, it's cool. Like, I hate to say it like this, but it was kind of like a party trick. Like, you go and you hang out at a party, you get really fucked up, you're just hanging out with a bunch of people, and then bam, somebody puts a beat on, and then you're just there freestyling in front of everybody. And I thought that was cool. It was like
Yeah.
the first time in my life that I was decent at something and
Mhm.
like people, liked it. So I was like, oh, this will be cool. And
That's
then
what's up.
I just started taking it. Yeah, I started just taking it more and more serious. And I would just practice. I like last time I had did a podcast, I just like listened to songs on the Eagle and freestyle over fucking like you can go your own way or some
Go
crazy
your
shit or
own
whatever.
way.
Yeah, I'm like fucking freestyling over Peter Frampton and bullshit. And then I just started listening to a bunch of 90s beats and made sure that I can handle my own on 90s beats and then all sorts of different random beats. And then it just got to the point where I was doing it so frequently that it just became natural for me to just zhoo, zhoo, zhoo. And then it's almost like serial killer status because when I'm really in it, I'll get like ninjutsu or whatever and get like this glazed look over my eye. And I'll feel it. And I know I'm feeling it because it sounds weird, but I know I'm really in it and I feel the beat and I feel what's going on because my body will start to hum. Like I know that I'm
Ooh,
not necessarily going to be like good bars or it's going to be a really
yeah.
good freestyle, but I know that I'm personally feeling it and I like what I'm doing because my body will start to hum and it
You open
starts from
your
like,
third eye.
yeah, yeah, I guess maybe who knows what it is, man. But it's like starts from my arms and my chest and it's just the tingling.
That's cool. It's exciting. You mentioned Odd Future. I know you were a big Earl fan um, back in the day. I always thought that guy was gonna blow up more, but he's like real low key.
I think Earl dealt with the pressures of like what fame could bring him when he was stuck in that island when he went to the private school or whatever, and just the hype of him being gone for 2 years. When he came back, everybody was like knew who he was, like top of label heads, underground guys coming up, new guys coming up, like it was just so much for him that I bet you like an MF Doom type thing. Um MF Doom like was doing his thing or whatever. Is super fucking talented. R.I.P. Just stayed low key, stayed underground the whole fucking time.
Mhm.
So I think it worked out for him, and I think it's definitely working out for Earl. It doesn't have like the main like major releases or whatever. Not everybody knows when he drops, but when he does, I always think that it's super good shit. I mean, it's different sounding, but I will always love Earl.
Yeah,
Fanboy for my life, man.
he's dope, and he's got like other he the people he collaborates with are also cool, and they're in that like same like string of music, that same like vibe. I don't know how to
Yeah,
describe it,
he's got,
but
what is his name? Fucking Mike. I think he's like, it was Open Mike Eagle or whatever. Now he's just
yeah,
Mike.
that's
And
Mike.
then,
He's
yeah,
dope.
yeah. And then Mavi from fucking DC. Mavi's not as big as he should be, but Mavi dropped an album like a year ago, 2 years ago. That shit was called Fuck. And that's probably one of the fucking hardest albums. Mavi's so good. And he kind of sounds like Earl, like in a weird way. Like he's got like a similar voice to Earl. But Mavi's tight, and then he's got everything with Navy Blue, and him and Wiki do collabs every now and again. I fucking love Wiki, so
Oh yeah. I'm I miss the Odd Future, like when they first popped off, that like angry energy, you know. Like I wish Tyler and Earl would have collabed more, but
yeah,
yeah, I mean I like Tyler still. He's in a totally different place, but
yeah.
still good
It's weird
art.
to see his it's weird to see his like transformation, man. It's full on butterfly. Like
You
was
know?
just this dirty little grub of a caterpillar, and it just became this thing, man. And that's good for him,
Yeah. And you
that
know,
person.
it makes sense why he said faggot so much now. Man, with hindsight,
Yeah,
like, oh, he was closeted and he didn't know how to deal with it.
yeah. He was trying to say faggot with some balls in his mouth and didn't know how to. No, but yeah, no, he was. I figured honestly, like that's the first time I ever like heard anybody and was like, "Damn, these guys claws low key gay as hell." That's cool. But yeah, man, I got into it when he was super super angry. I was like there for the whole bastard wave, and then for the whole goblin wave, and it meant something to me because I was an angry kid. You know, my parents divorced, had a lot of bullshit going on, and it was a nice like release, dude. It was a
Hmm.
really nice release.
It was perfect timing to be like 16 or 17 and just hear bastard. It like spoke to you,
Yeah.
you know.
It really did, man. It was. I was like a fucking follower of the Church of Golfwing for so long. It was so wab that like I don't know. I think it was when I got into junior year that I was kind of just like, man, like they were good, but Tyler dropped Wolf, and then he dropped fucking Cherry Bomb, and those both were trash. And
Mm,
Earl came out with Doris, and Doris was okay or whatever. And then I graduated high school. And fucking Earl dropped I Don't Like Shit, I Don't Go Outside, which is probably his classic, his like that's his fucking college dropout. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
as good as the Earl tape was, and as good as Doris was, nothing's ever gonna be able to top. I Don't Like Shit, I Don't Go Outside, because
Mm,
from start to fucking finish, that album goes hard.
interesting. So I was a fan of Wolf, but yeah, Cherry Bomb was something else. I don't know. I don't even know how to describe that album.
It was bust, is what it was. I was like, I tried to give it the benefit of the doubt, and I was like, nah. The only decent song was the one with Ye and Wheezy.
Mm, yeah, but it's like he intentionally made like the lyrics hard to hear, like the vocals hard to hear, and he intentionally made like it scratchy and like not appealing to the ear.
Yeah,
I guess that's a genre he was going for. I don't know what that was, but I wasn't a fan.
nah. And I think Frank's gonna drop a new album. People are talking about it. I guess he's like
It's like
posting more on social media,
23rd
so
year.
everybody's yeah, yeah. But people are pretty excited about it. If we got a new Frank Ocean album, that'd be tight. I wouldn't be mad about that.
Oh yeah, dude. His last two are amazing. He only
I
has
agree.
two, right? Channel Orange and what was the other one called? I don't know. I can only
Yeah,
think of track names right now.
uh, Blonded.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then yeah, that's all I know. That's as far as I know. Blonded goes hard, and then he dropped like a couple of singles. He had that Moon River single. Then he had Chanel. Chanel's a badass song.
See on both sides. Yeah, it's a good song.
Yeah, it's a fucking great song.
There's a song called Biking. It has Jay Z on it. That one's
Yeah, the biking, the Jay Z. I don't like the Jay Z version because I thought Jay Z's verse could have been a little bit better, but I like him and Tyler's version. I think Tyler kills that song.
from show. Yeah, there's it's like magical when like Tyler and Frank are on the same track.
Yeah,
They
it's like one of those people.
vibe
Yeah,
together.
they're like the duo. Sorry, I keep interrupting you, bro. My bad. Just tell me to shut the fuck up.
Oh no, you're good. You're not interrupting much. You know, I'm just thinking out loud, as they say, as
Yeah.
words work. Um, forgot what I was going to talk. Oh yeah, I was a big fan of Mellow Hype, like Left Brain and
Haji.
Haji Beats. Yeah, and I don't even know if Haji's still making music, but I thought those guys were dope, and they kind of like disappeared.
Haji is married to. I don't think he's married, but he's. I think he's engaged to Natasha Bedingfield. No, not Natasha Bedingfield.
Oh wow.
Who's the one that made Promiscuous?
Nelly
Nelly
Furtado.
Furtado. Yeah, he's engaged to Nelly Furtado.
Good for him.
Yeah, yeah, it's weird. I don't think he makes much music. Like the last thing I heard about him, they were at the Gulfwang Circus, the carnival, and he got on stage, and Tyler didn't want to perform sandwiches,
Uh-huh.
and Haji got pissed off, and so Haji went on stage before they went on stage together, and just started talking shit about Tyler
Yeah, I
on
remember that.
stage at the carnival. Yeah, that's the last thing I heard about him. And then like Earl dropped a diss about him, like a low key like subtle like shade or whatever.
Hmm.
I can't remember what song it is, but he dropped like a little diss bar about him.
Interesting. But yeah, like my favorite music from Odd Future now is the internet. And I didn't even know the internet was a group until like probably 3 years ago.
Yeah, Matt Martian and fucking Sid, bro.
They go
They're
fucking
so
off.
good, man. Yeah, the Purple Naked Ladies, that first album that they dropped, I think that dropped sophomore year, so it would have been like your junior year or whatever. But that shit went hard. That's a
Damn,
good
I need
song.
to go back and listen to that. I haven't heard that.
Yeah, it's really good. It's like their first one, so like it's still a little rough or whatever, but it's a really good song. They've got Cocaine with Left Brain, that's a good song, and then they've got They Say, which is probably my favorite song on that album, and then they've got this song called She Don't Give a Fuck, and that's a really good song. I think Sid's voice is like top tier. I think her voice is really
Oh,
good.
for sure. She had like a solo project that's really good too.
Hmm.
I don't remember the name of it, but that was dope.
I think they did that little project with Mac. They were like a
Oh
little
yeah,
group.
like Live from Space, I think is what it was.
Yeah, they made the Just Keep It All in the Rear View.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, they made that song together. Fucking miss Mac, bro. God damn. They're dropping the Faces vinyl. They like made a vinyl for Faces. And
Oh yeah.
the minute I got an email about that from the Mac store, I was like, fucking purchase? 64 fucking dollars. I don't give a shit. I don't even have a record player, bro. I don't even have a record player.
That's funny. I have a record player, and I was actually they have like a pretty badass record store here that has like all the most recent shit. But Circles was $34, and I was like, not right now, but eventually, because I
Yeah.
love I that's probably I think that was like his best way to go out because that I love that album. I mean,
It
it's
was
not
very much
it's not hip hop at all, but it's awesome.
no, not at all. It's very much a it's like more R&B. And it's very much a nice little like capper. Like he like everything that he was at culminated to that point, and it was a very nice signing off for him. Like it was a very the minute that they announced they were going to drop Circles for us, even though it was unfinished, I was like really on the fence about it because I didn't know if it was just going to be like a normal posthumous like money grab or if they
Yeah,
were really doing this for like him and for his fans. And then the minute that I heard it, I was like, oh, this isn't about the cash or anything. This is about finishing off what he wanted because it went Faces or went Swimming and then Circles and then because Swimming was the album that had rap and like R&B on it. Circles was supposed to be just the R&B album, and then he had one more album that was just straight hip hop, straight rap that he was going to do after Circles, but he
damn,
never got to work on it. Yeah,
that's tough.
yeah, it is
Yeah,
really tough. It would have been
all
hard
his
as fuck.
all his last projects I thought were amazing, like Divine Feminine. It's like one of the best things I've ever heard.
Yeah, Devon Pittman goes. It's not my favorite Mac, but it's a really good Mac. It's a nice interesting Mac because it's like a light you've never seen him in before. If
Mhm.
I had to say, not very many hip hop artists influenced me, but I would definitely say hands down Mac Miller influenced the fuck out of me. So we'll always love Mac for that.
Yeah, Faces. They're gonna move to streaming services.
Yeah, that's why they released the vinyl. And I was like, fuck yeah, Faces is that's my favorite Mac. Like I don't
Mhm.
think it's so raw, it's so rough. He's like a fucking just a drug addict on that album. And like when that album dropped, I was probably like in peak like being fucking cokehead for like 5 years. So that shit
Funny.
really fucking changed my
I
life,
love
man.
I love the piano keys on Diablo.
Yeah,
It's a great song.
yeah,
But yeah, but hopefully when they move it over, they get all the rights and none of the songs are fucked up because they did that with Cushion Orange Juice and like
yeah,
there were like two or three tracks that they had to like make a different beat to it.
yeah.
Like you might
No,
as well have not
that's
even fucking done it.
Yeah, I was reading that that's why it took so long to get to Faces because it was all the legal battle, but they got the okay on all the samples
That's what's
and
up.
on all of this stuff on the track. So once it drops October 15th, everything from what I read, everything should be on there. I don't think anything is going to be changed up. So that'd be cool.
Nice. That's a big project too. I think it's like 20 tracks.
Yeah, I think it's like 24 or some shit like that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's really fucking hard. I fucking love Faces, dude. Faces is my favorite. And then Rick Rubin had his hands all over Faces. Like,
Really?
that shit sounds
Yeah.
tight. Yeah, yeah, especially towards like the track in like the end of the tracks, like the latter half of the album. I
Mhm.
feel like it was all because he went after he tried to get sober again after he made what is it? Good AM. After he dropped Good AM or
Mm.
whatever, he hooked up with Rick Rubin, and Rick Rubin did what Rick Rubin does with all artists. Like, have you seen the new season of Dave?
I was just about to ask you that. Yeah,
Yeah,
the episode's
yeah.
hilarious.
That's a really fucking good episode, man. That and the last episode of the second season, I fucking love that last episode of the second
Yeah,
season.
I didn't realize like how like honest he was being about who he really is on his TV show because he's like, I
Mhm.
haven't dropped a project in forever because I've had like writer's block and I've this and that. And
Yeah,
it's so funny that his album and the TV show is called Peanut.
yeah, Peanut. Yeah,
Makes me laugh every time.
this shit's great, man. I love that how he like made full circle. Like he's Dave, but Dave is also Gata. Like who he was trying to be on stage was Gata. Like that's like when he has that one trippy dream on the Rick Rubin episode where he's like slicing off pieces of Gata. Gata's like, here, fuck it, just cut my arm off and serve them this. It's like he's stealing, you know, and that shit's real. Like it's honest. Like he was being honest. As funny as the episode was, like he knows that to some point he was like cultural appropriation. Not to like get a huge thing on that, but like he knows about it, and the fact that he's self-aware about it and almost feels like I wouldn't say sorry, but at least feels enough about a certain way that he made a specific episode about that. You know what I mean? Like I think that's really cool. And I'm not a huge Dave or like Little Dicky fan because I don't his music's fucking wild, but
Mm,
I gained more respect for him through the TV show.
yeah, and I want to hear some music now after watching that last season, especially that collab with Gata.
Yeah, yeah, that shit sounds hard. But yeah, man, I don't know, man. Life is crazy. I'm fucking losing in fantasy right now. I forgot you're watching football, and I looked in the mirror and I checked it out. I'm
I'm
down.
definitely losing in fantasy. Oh, Patriots are getting their ass whooped.
Who they playing?
The Saints, Jameis
God,
Winston and the Saints.
fucking Saints. I didn't think they were gonna be worth shit after fucking Drew Brees left. And Jameis
I didn't
Winston's
think
pretty
so
good.
either, but they're about to get 2 wins. So
He's doing all right, man. He's doing all right.
yeah, good for Winston. He could have been a bust.
He definitely was in fucking Tampa Bay.
Yeah, he's had some bad games for sure.
Yeah.
Oh man. So are there any artists, up and coming artists that you're listening to that I
There's this
should
guy named
look out for?
there's this guy named Walter who did a track like a feature with Sadzilla and with Chris with Crazy. And he goes pretty hard. Um I tend to check out most people that they collab with because I love Crazy. I love Chris. I think he's really talented. And I
He's
like
cool,
Sadzilla
dude.
too.
I
And
didn't
so
meet him until
anytime
pretty
that
recently.
really
Yeah.
they're pretty
Yeah.
good. So anytime they feature people, I'll listen to it. But I can't really think of anybody off the top of my head, man. Like I'm pretty crabby. I don't mean to be, but I listen to what I listen to, and if it's good enough, there's this guy named producer named Hey Tony. He dropped a project. He's from New York. He's a producer from New York, and he dropped an album with a bunch of like features from people. And Mavi's got a song with him, and Wiki did a song with him, and there's a bunch of like new coming up artists from New York that did tracks with him on that album, and it goes pretty hard.
Nice. I was trying to see. There's not really any. I haven't been listening to just like a lot of hip hop recently. Um, yeah. I was gonna say. I was gonna
Oh
see.
man, there's this kid from Lubbock that went to school with me. His name is Anthony McIntyre, but he goes by That Boy Ace, and he's really good, man. He's on Apple Music and Spotify, and he's really good. I like him. He's got this weird like it's not weird. He's got this very it sounds like it kind of gives me like a Nipsey Hustle vibe. Like
Oh, that's
he
what's up.
raps like Nipsey Hustle, and I think Anthony's cool. He was funny as fuck growing up in school, so when I found out he was doing music, I was like, that's tight. We'll have to collab. He's down. I just gotta cook up some shit so we can start getting on it. And I'm down to collab with anybody, man. I mean, for a while I was very pretentious about it. I'm like, I'm gonna make music and I'm gonna make music just for me. But I'm down to collab with anybody as long as it's a mutual respect thing. Like, do you know Silent from OBI or whatever? He's here from Amarillo. Dalton
No,
Sandoval.
I don't.
He's pretty good.
Oh
He's
wait,
pretty
yeah.
good.
Dalton. I feel like I'm friends with him on Facebook.
Yeah, he's
Like a
pretty
white
good.
guy, right?
Yeah. He's a
Okay,
white guy. I think he's like Hispanic. I don't know. He's kind of got like the Mexican facial hair. So,
yeah.
but
Yes.
he's pretty good. They've got their group called OBI, and it's like I guess him and like two of his boys, and they usually drop some pretty good fire. So
It's up. I really haven't heard his. I should look into that because I've been Facebook friends with him for like a year or two.
yeah, he's pretty good. He's all right. Tanner, the homie Two Blunts, he's dropping. Oh, Tanner has a homie from Oklahoma. His name is Dalton, and Dalton Haley, and they make more like it's a lot more singing to it. It's like hip hop, but it's not necessarily hip hop, and it sounds good for what it is. I'm not a huge like if I'm gonna listen to somebody sing, I'm listening to women sing. I don't want to.
Yeah,
I love women like artists. I love women singers. Guy singers, I'm not a huge fan of because it's like whatever, but they're pretty good about it. And Dalton can carry a tune, and Tanner can carry a tune really well. So plus they're the homies, so nothing but love and respect for them.
that's what's up. There's a couple groups in Amarillo. They're called Bad Grammar. Ugly Chulo and this dude named Sabi.
Oh, dude, Ugly
Guys,
Chulo goes hard.
yeah, those guys both go hard. There's another group. I think they were originally Quartz and now they're Semi Pink. But there's this dude named Jaden Scott. He's got fucking bars. You should look him up on like Spotify or something. I think maybe it's just Jay Scott, but he's just like this young dude. They just like graduated high school like last year,
Nice.
and yeah, it's cool. It's cool to see like young people living their dreams and shit or
Yeah,
trying.
man, definitely fucking get into it, especially because like you just graduated high school, you ain't got nothing else. Like
Mhm.
it's not a bad thing, but being a single parent definitely kind of impedes a little bit of the creative process and getting out there. But I try as hard as I can, man. And like I said, I'm down to whoever is likes whatever movement I'm on or whatever we're doing. If they like it, I'm always down to collab, man. I
Yeah,
love it.
for
I
sure.
love making music. Period.
It's cool, being a father because I think about that too. Is trying to pursue things while having a child. But then there's a guy, comedian Ron Funches. Listen to his podcast.
Ron Funches is fucking funny.
Yeah, and he talks about having a son and how it just like made him work even harder. And I was like, yeah, hopefully that's the case when whenever I get somebody pregnant.
Yeah, Lily's really cool about that. The fact that she doesn't like, she's a little kid, so she doesn't have a filter. So
Hmm.
we'll be making music, or I'll be making music, or I'm freestyling, and she just looks at me like, "That's not it." And I'm like, "Oh shit, right?" And she's like, "Yeah, that's not it. You gotta come harder." I'm like,
That's cool.
Okay, what the fuck?"
Does she
So
have
she's cool.
like a favorite artist or
She likes, man, she likes metal music, bro. Her,
really?
yeah, baby mama's dad, her grandpa is like a drummer, sorta, or whatever. He's got a drum set down in their basement. So she just likes the whatever sounds, boom, boom. She likes the big fucking crash, the
That's
cymbals.
awesome.
She likes all of that.
How
But
old? Yeah.
she she just turned 6 in August.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
It's fucking wild, man. She's old as hell. She's so smart. She's so much smarter than I am. Sometimes she'd be outsmarting me, and I'm like, shit.
She's adorable. I see the posts you
Thank you,
share
man.
on
I appreciate
Facebook.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah, she freestyles too. We have a couple of songs. I've got like 2 songs where she's freestyling, so they're pretty funny.
that's badass. Drop
Yeah,
those.
yeah, I will. I will probably. I'm gonna do a song with her where she's like on the hook or something.
That's cool. It'd be like the Eminem thing with Haley,
Yeah, Haley song. This will
except
be all Lily song.
you won't be rapping about stabbing people, so it'll be cool.
Yeah, I
Maybe
won't rap
you
about fucking killing her mom, killing her mom and throwing her in the fucking ocean, shit like that. Yeah, I'm all right on that.
that's funny. You mentioned the Labor Day project. Has that dropped already?
The Labor Day tape. It is not. That's the first project that we're gonna try and do this experiment. It's like this social experiment on, and we pay for it, pay
Mhm.
to get it mixed mastered, pay for the promotion, and hopefully it'll come out good. We're gonna try and drop a single each of us. That way we have something on those like official websites. That way people can start looking into us. And that way when we drop the Labor Day tape, it's not just like we're dropping it to nobody or like the Facebook. Not that we don't, because it's not, I hate to sound ungrateful. I appreciate anybody who even gives it a chance to click on it. Nobody, how many people do you know actually click on like the SoundCloud link, you know? So anybody who
Oh yeah,
actually
very
does,
few.
yeah, and
They'll
is,
like the shit out of it, but they won't click on it.
yeah. So as respectful as they are to listen to it, that's cool. But if we were to start dropping full length projects and full albums and all that, like 5 people are really gonna hear it. So it's
Mhm.
that's why we kind of moved off from SoundCloud and we're trying this thing, man. Like I said, hopefully it'll fucking work out. And
Yes,
I
yeah.
think I think it will, man. I think it will. And I think the Liberty tape is gonna be great because we tried really hard on that. And for the first time, I think ever, we held each other accountable for what we could do and what we were willing to do. And like I said, I think once it drops, everybody's gonna know my little brother, man, because not even because I'm his older brother, but that motherfucker went hard on that shit, dude.
That's awesome.
Like really fucking hard, man.
That's really cool, man. Congrats. And you said you're going to like go like the Sadzilla route. So you're gonna try to do like little like promo videos with some Dragon Ball Z shit.
Yeah, we
Right.
Omar does AMVs, so we'll probably maybe we might do a
Oh
couple of like
yeah, I know.
animated music videos.
It's like
Yeah.
a videographer. Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
He would definitely
Slowmar,
kill that shit.
Swomar, Gomar, Nomar, Bromar, Homar, the fucking legacy. But yeah, we're gonna try and do that route. I already have like a promo for the Labor Day tape. It's like ah, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it, but it's pretty funny. I'm gonna try and make it pretty funny, and hopefully it'll work out, man. I we gave ourselves 6 months to a year for this to grow into something. And like I said, I bought all the equipment the beginning of this year when we did income tax, when I got income tax, and I'm already miles ahead of where I thought I would be when I first bought the equipment.
Hmm.
So I think that in the next 6 months to a year, we can I think we'll be able to do something, man. And if nothing else, I think that we'll be able to garnish a little bit more of an audience, and people will appreciate it. I
That's
think they
what's up,
will.
man. I hope it works out. One of the keys to success I hear a lot, especially from comedians, is that they didn't give up.
Yeah.
So I think they say they got successful because they didn't quit. I mean, they didn't blow up till they were like 45, but everyone else quit. Everyone else, I'm not everyone else, but most people,
No,
vast majority. So
yeah, I know what you
yeah,
mean, man.
keep grinding.
Definitely. Appreciate it, dude. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
man.
it's gonna sound great, man. I think it'll be good. I'm excited for it.
Hell yeah. Think it's a natural time to sign off. Do you have anything you want to plug, promote, any shout outs, any death threats?
Yeah, death threats. I'm coming for you, bro. Just watch your ass in Austin. No, no, shout outs is just the homies, everybody, all of the crew. I'm not gonna Michael, Jarrett, Omar, Tanner, Anthony, Brennan, all the homies. The only thing I have to plug is my SoundCloud. I got 3 songs up there. Tanner's got a couple songs on his SoundCloud. I think Tanner's is Two Blunts.
Too blunt.
Minus, yeah, minus Sam Bear, and little brother's got some, but it's just his beats on SoundCloud. So, but on our Instagram profiles, I think I know mine is in my Instagram bio, and it's just Nick Luna 58, and Tanner's is just Two Blunts. I'm pretty sure if you just go into SoundCloud, type in Two Blunts, I don't think there's very many people named that. So,
Nice. Are you gonna do some TikTok promos?
I was thinking about that, man, because like TikTok's the way to go, but I don't want to. I don't know if I want to subject myself to TikTok.
It's blowing up.
It is blowing up. That would be the way to go.
You
Fucking
just
baby mama was like, "That's what you
get
need to
one
do,
guy to
baby."
dance to it, or one get Lily to dance to it. She'll blow up. She'll go viral.
Yeah, she might. She probably will, dude. No, but no, man. I appreciate you calling me back on here, man. It's great to fucking catch up. Like I said, I'm super proud and super fucking excited for everything that you've got coming up and everything that's in the works for you. And no, God's got a plan for you, man. And it's gonna be nothing but up from here, bro. And big ups, man. Respect and much love to you, buddy.
Thanks. Same to you. I always hated doing video podcasts, but now I kind of have to if I want to interview
Yeah,
anybody in Amarillo. So
right.
yeah, thanks for coming on. It's always a good time. Take it easy. Keep working.
Take it sleazy. Don't fucking. Hey,
Sleep.
man. Treat it. Don't beat it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna do both. I'm gonna do both. So,
Oh yeah.
yeah, man. I'll catch up with you later. anytime you have something dropping, just hit me up.
Oh yeah,
I'll stream it. I'll jam it.
appreciate that, buddy.
Yeah.
Sounds great, man.
All right. See you later.
Yes, sir. You take it easy, bro.
You too.
Damn. Shit got me feeling some type of way. And you look some type of way. Matter of fact, baby, hold on a second. Let me tell you something. A temptress, seductress, electric, yet elusive. Whatever she's on, charge her the way up. I'm blowing fuses. I can't put into words what she's got me doing. So better to stop talking, let it ass down there and do this. When the money get right, it's band on me. All these rounds took abundance on me. Better drink now, with these shots is free. You and all your friends get to drinking on me. Turn around in a blink, there's 2 bands on me. Got you living fresh just on me. From the jet to the sky to the land to the sea. Baby, talking luxury on me. Lady, get high with me. Baby, just ride with me. Shit, arrive and see that prior to this, always fucking with some peasants and never the king. And that ain't no jab at the common man, but let it speak present tense as we move to the summer swing again. And you looking for a reason to get out and go out and head out. Sex on fire when you look like you do now. Panther on the prowl when you get a chance to get out. Ooh. And you looking for a reason to been out, you been out. It ain't no dance where we get down, it ain't no stretch. Are you looking to get stretched out? Ooh, and I ain't no average man, so I ain't too mad at that. And I ain't really mean no offense, I just wanna know how far you could been before you break, baby. Looking at you, I know you won't. Looking at you, you willing to. Looking at you, you willing to. Ayy. And all I know is when you fuck like you do, baby, that's a solid groove, and I'm solidly moved to the bedroom where we handle any bad attitude. Yeah. Oh, baby, I'm so high. Your ass is so fine, always on my mind. Oh, baby, I'm so high. Don't even know why. You always on my mind. Fine like sands of time that keep running through our hands and minds. Fine like a point in which I turn you on to. Fine like a wizard of finance, no competition from the Dow Jones, cause it's a loving kind. Yeah, it's a squeezing kind. Beauty so heavily influenced. Scrubs all around, but you know all in. Never pretending to be something that you aren't. Tell me now what you all in. Damn, baby, I know I am. Back in the pussy, I'm falling. Never miss a chance when I'm calling. You know what it is to be starting. Cause you got me tripping over words with that pink pussy that you serve. Casting a vision in my mind of us blurred, and though I'm buried alive, you stick around long enough, give yourself time to uncover the price from the dirt. Like, oh, baby, I'm so high, so fine. Your ass is so fine, always on my mind. Oh, baby, I'm so high. Don't even know why. You always on mine.
Clemente's corner, Clemente's corner. Good night, bye bye, good morning, fuck off.
Boo.